Okay, in this video, we will address question number 3 for minor project 2. In this assignment, we are using a scatter diagram to explore the relationship between total gross sales and number of theaters. Now, here is a completed diagram for us. You can see that it's not quite as clear as this one, which was a very nice linear relationship. This one, it's not quite as obvious, but there is an upward trend there, as in the more theaters that the movie's in, the more gross sales that there will be, which makes sense. So to do this, we need to highlight the data. Again, you need to have your data in 2 columns right next to each other. If there's any columns in between, then you need to get rid of that column because it will mess up your scatter plot. So have your X axes and your Y axes right next to each other. Now, to do your scatter plot, we're going to highlight your data. If you recall, in the last video, we clicked on this button to do the scatter plot. But this time, let's go up to the insert and then use this scatter plot button. Basically gives you the same results. It's just in a different place. And we need to move that closer to the top so we can see the names of each column. So we just drag and move it. Okay. Now for this one, I had named it, as you can see, gross sales compared to number of theaters. And we want to add the X and Y axes. So I've got those labeled here. To do that, we want to add chart elements for the axis titles and do each one. Now on this, we have the number of theaters. And we have total gross sales. Let's get that in here. Okay. And like we've looked at with, let me fix that. Like we've looked at with different videos, you have several options when you're doing your chart. You can come up here and click on the chart styles. There's some already set up for you. You can take a look at those, see which one you like. All right, I'm going to go with this one. Now I want to add a trend line here. So let's go to add a trend line and we'll put that in there. Now I like to change that color so that it's more obvious. And I'd like to use the red. There you go. And then you can format axis. Now, in the last video, I showed you how to do this, but it didn't make sense to change the 0. In this one, it seems like it might make more sense because we have this extra gap at the bottom. So let's just change this to 1000. And then you'll see how that expands the table for us. We can even change this 5500 to maybe we'll put it about 4,500. There we go. And then we're just making better use of our information here. I think I'll actually change that to 40, maybe 5,000. Let's take one more look. Yeah, we don't need that. So we could do that at 4,800 or even 4,500. Okay, so what this chart is basically telling us is that the more theaters that the movie is released in, the more the movie has with gross sales, total gross sales, which seems to make sense. If it's in more places, more people can come and watch the movie, and that generates more money, more revenue for the movie. Okay, so that is question 3. We'll do another video for question 4.